In a world of loyalty and betrayal, Ethan Caldwell, a battle-hardened Special Forces operative, returns from war to find his family torn apart by deception. As his wife's affair with a cunning tycoon unravels, Ethan unleashes a master plan of vengeance, where every move is calculated and no one escapes the truth. Dive into a gripping tale of trust shattered, secrets exposed, and a father's unrelenting fight to protect what matters most. Will justice prevail, or will revenge consume them all? Watch to find out. Welcome to Addy Story, where we share real-life stories that touch the heart and inspire the soul. Subscribe now to join our community, relax, and dive into the stories we have for you. Enjoy. Chapter 1: Battle Lines. Dust swirled around Ethan Caldwell's boots as he moved through the forward operating base in eastern Afghanistan. The morning sun scorched his broad shoulders as he approached the communications tent, each step echoing the frantic pulse of his heart. 2 decades in special operations forged him into unyielding steel, battle-tested, driven by purpose, invincible. At 44, he had faced 3 tours, carving a name for himself with tactical brilliance and unyielding determination. Mail Day Chief summoned Sergeant Carter, pushing a USB drive across the desk with a weighty silence. Homebound echoes of digital dissent. Ethan nodded sharply, slipping the drive into his pocket. He'd hold off on checking messages from Lauren and the kids until after the briefing. 15 years of marriage had forged his ability to separate emotions. Love contained, conflict unleashed. They must remain apart. His team sat tense in the cramped briefing room, anticipation thick in the air. 5 men, his finest allies, poised for a perilous extraction deep in enemy territory. He shoved aside dark thoughts, zeroing in on the mission details, terrain maps, and intel reports. We strike at 0200, he decided, having weighed every possibility. Any questions? No one was left. His men believed in him completely. Alone in his quarters, Ethan inserted the USB drive, heart racing. Lauren's email appeared first. The subject line was stark. Done. His eyes dart across the screen, each word striking with the force of a cannonball against his mind. Halfway through your 4th tour, and I can't take it anymore. Don't anticipate the U.S. upon your return. A new beginning has begun. Your kids picked boarding school instead of you. I've discovered someone who truly sees me. The room turned suffocatingly still. 15 years. A lifetime compressed into a heartbeat. 2 kids. Endless sacrifices. His own reaction shocked him the most. Not fury. No surprise at all. Only a chilling, scrutinizing stillness. The intense focus that had saved him from death in ambushes and firefights now honed his mind to razor-sharp clarity. He typed one word back. Got it. After a brief pause, he sent Lauren's message to Richard Bennett, his attorney back home. No further words needed. Ethan powered off the computer, heart racing as he readied himself for the night's mission. The storm back home could hold off a little longer. In this moment, men looked to him for guidance. As he checked his gear, memories flared briefly, then faded into darkness. Encountering Lauren in the midst of officer training. Her fierce independence drew him in like a moth to a flame. Liam's arrival, then Sophie 2 years on. The deepening silences of his time away. Arguments erupted, growing fiercer with every deployment. It's time to go, Chief, the voice urged from outside. Ethan buried the sting of betrayal, locking it away deep within. Only the mission mattered now. 3 days ago, Lauren Caldwell lingered in the vast kitchen of their North Carolina home. crystal wine glass gripped tightly, while Nathan Brooks's fingers danced softly on her bare shoulder. "Did you send it?" Nathan inquired, his voice laced with the effortless assurance of privilege and legacy. Lauren confirmed, her sip lingering in the air. Days will pass before Ethan even notices. Military communications as they stand. Nathan smiled, a flicker of triumph in his refined expression. At 48, he had it all. Everything Ethan Caldwell lacked. Wealth, connections, and above all, a constant presence in Lauren's life. "What about the children?" he inquired. "Enrolled at Crestwood Academy. Scholarships await, all because of your role on the board." Lauren faced him, her heart racing. Liam hesitated, but Sophie's enthusiasm ignited a spark of hope. "Once the divorce is final, we'll take them to the lake house," Nathan said. Lauren nodded, a fresh start for everyone, yet her eyes betrayed a flicker of doubt. 15 years can't just vanish. 15 years of living in the shadows of the military, Nathan reminded her. You were worth so much more. He left out the painstaking details of their year-long planning. They orchestrated the transfer of funds, laid the legal groundwork, and twisted the children's view of their missing father. Lauren felt the sting of their betrayal, sharp and unyielding. The wine softened the sharpness of reality. "To new beginnings," Nathan said, his glass meeting hers with a sharp, hopeful chime. Lauren smiled, oblivious to the crumbling foundation beneath her fragile facade. Chapter 2. Calculated Moves. Richard Bennett's law office sat atop a modest building in downtown Raleigh, North Carolina. At 63, he had mastered the art of discretion, competence, and an extraordinary knack for foreseeing issues before they arose. Ethan Caldwell's email landed in Richard's inbox, a clear signal of the storm brewing ahead. A bitter conflict was about to ignite. The timestamp seized his focus. Ethan instantly forwarded his wife's message, urgency pulsing through him. Silence reigns. Silence reigns. No cries for help. Only a chilling, calculated realization that protection was essential. Richard grabbed his phone, fingers trembling, and dialed a number he seldom touched. "Matthews?" "It's Bennett. It's time to act on the Caldwell contingencies." James Matthews, once a military intelligence officer, now a private investigator, was ready for this moment. 6 months ago, Ethan confronted Richard, troubled by Lauren's unsettling transformation and the mysterious money issues. "Just a precaution," Ethan had said, his face betraying nothing. Perhaps it's all for nothing. Yet Richard had never thrived by turning a blind eye to the signs that screamed for attention. With Ethan's nod, he set up surveillance, financial shields, and legal plans, waiting, silent, for the moment they would be called into action, every last asset. Matthews inquired, his voice tense over the line. "All of it," Richard affirmed. "I need everyone focused on the Brooks situation. Complete embrace." "Preliminary files are ready," Matthews responded. "Lauren meets him 3 times a week. Serene lakeside retreat. I'll encrypt everything and send it your way." Richard ended the call, his fingers racing to type a quick reply to Ethan. "Got it. Measures are now in place, as we agreed. Silence is essential until you come back. Survive and return home." 3 hours later, Lauren Caldwell's attempt to access their joint investment account set off a piercing alert on Richard's phone. The wheels began to spin, destiny in motion, just as Ethan had foreseen. Nathan Brooks leaned over his mahogany desk at Brooks Capital, eyes locked on the latest acquisition reports, when his assistant's voice pierced the silence. "Mr. Brooks, Another call is waiting. He remains anonymous, but claims it's about the Caldwell crisis. Nathan scowled. His connection to Lauren must remain a secret. They've tread lightly. Put him through, he commanded, adjusting his tie with a steely resolve. The voice on the line was cold, authoritative, and unsettlingly blunt. Mr. Brooks, this call is just a matter of professional respect. Some financial dealings tied to the Caldwell family accounts are now under temporary protection. Trying to bypass these measures could lead to serious consequences. Who are you? Nathan demanded, a chill gripping his gut. Think of me as an intrigued observer. The voice pressed on. Mrs. Caldwell's words to her husband have been recorded, and decisive actions have followed. Greetings. Silence swallowed the connection. Nathan dialed Lauren, her voice trembling with urgency. The accounts are frozen, she whispered, tension lacing her words. Every single one. The trust fund transfers for the children's tuition failed to go through. What's going on? He's responding. Nathan suddenly understood. He is everything. He must have seen your email. Lauren's voice trembled with conviction. That's impossible. He's in the thick of battle. Even if he had it, there was no way he could pull this together in time. Nathan's thoughts surged, each one more intense than the last. Unless he saw it coming, he had to be ready. For the first time, doubt gnawed at Nathan's calculations. He had delved deep into Ethan Caldwell's life. A decorated special operations officer, a man of moderate investment success, and a devoted father, even through the long absences that haunted him. No hint in that profile indicated the intense financial tactics unfolding before them. What comes next? Lauren's voice trembled with fear. We stay the course, Nathan promised, though doubt flickered in his eyes. My lawyers will take care of it. This is merely a fleeting obstacle. Nathan hung up, his heart racing as he opened his laptop, diving deep into the world of Ethan Caldwell. Classified military records revealed striking patterns, specialized training in psychological operations, advanced tactical planning, and a remarkable ability to strategize under immense pressure. Nathan shut the laptop, a heavy truth settling in. Maybe he wasn't just playing chess against a silent, unaware pawn. Maybe he was up against a grandmaster who understood the board in ways Nathan couldn't even fathom. Chapter 3. Strike Back. The military transport landed at Dover Air Force Base at 0600, the gray dawn mirroring Ethan's heavy heart as he stepped off the aircraft. He finished his tour 2 months early, leveraging decades of connections for a desperate family crisis. His commanding officer accepted it without hesitation. Ethan Caldwell had always stood alone, never seeking favors. He donned a simple black t-shirt, worn jeans, and a battered leather jacket, each piece whispering stories of the past. Today, no uniform, just raw freedom. This was personal. Richard Bennett stood by the black SUV on the tarmac, unchanged from 6 months ago. Gray suit, thinning hair, piercing gaze that caught every detail. Welcome home, Richard said, hand outstretched. My heart aches for what you're going through. Ethan nodded, flinging his duffel into the back seat and sliding in. Give me the essentials. As they drove, Richard revealed the shocking events that had unfolded. Lauren tried to siphon nearly $2 million from their joint accounts. The children were enrolled at Crestwood Academy, tuition mysteriously paid, far beyond the Caldwell's means. Nathan Brooks's name surfaced in the records, a silent guardian of education. What about the countermeasures? Ethan inquired. Everything was done as ordered, Richard affirmed. Accounts locked down tight. Transfers offshore are done. Property titles on hold, awaiting urgent legal scrutiny. The kids. Richard's expression flickered with a hint of warmth. At Crestwood now. Liam is lost in the chaos. Sophie is transforming. They were informed you had given your consent before the mission began. Ethan's jaw clenched, the sole hint of feeling he'd shown since arriving. Lauren's called you 32 times in just 48 hours, Richard pressed on, growing unrest. Recent messages are filled with threats about what she might reveal to the children if the accounts remain frozen. Let her scream, Ethan whispered. Every call must be recorded and transcribed. The SUV stopped at a humble hotel on the edge of Raleigh, far from the Caldwell family home. Are you really certain you won't go to the house? Richard inquired. Ethan nodded, a spark of hope in his eyes. She has no idea I'm here again. Let's hold on to this for now. Richard thrust a new phone and a heavy manila folder into my hands. All that you asked for. Phone locked down. Invisible. The folder holds Matthew's initial findings and the legal documents. Ethan accepted both in silence. What will you do next? Richard inquired. For the first time since landing, a chilling smile flickered across Ethan's lips. Evaluation, strategizing, finality, just like every other mission, but this one cuts deeper. This is not a battle, Ethan. Is it not? Ethan locked eyes with his attorney, a storm brewing within. My family, my finances, my reputation, each one a target besieged by relentless foes. Feels like a battle. Only the rules of engagement set us apart? Richard had seen enough soldiers to sense the change in Ethan's mood. This was a heartbroken man, his pain raw and unfiltered. A tactical operator pinpointed targets, calculating every move with precision. We must win in court, Richard warned, urgency lacing his words. Ethan recognized its significance in the matter. Just a fragment. Once the attorney departed, Ethan tore into Matthew's file, his focus razor-sharp as he delved into its depths. Surveillance photos captured Lauren and Nathan in intimate moments at restaurants, at his lake house, stepping into the world of hotels. Financial records revealed a chilling pattern. Withdrawals that began as mere whispers escalated into thunderous roars. Transcripts revealed a chilling manipulation, slowly turning the children against their father as he fought for his country. Liam, your father picked the military over us once more. Lauren's voice trembled in the recording. We desperately need someone like Nathan in our lives. Ethan closed the folder, heart racing, and opened his laptop to a secure email account. He sent a message to Grayson, just 3 words long. Engage Prometheus Protocol. He entered his hotel room, washed away the echoes of Afghanistan, and fell into a deep 4-hour sleep. A soldier, honed by experience, braced for the battle ahead, knowing he must summon every ounce of strength. As the sun dipped below the horizon, Ethan's secure phone rang, pulling him from the depths of his thoughts. It's over, the response echoed. All targets are now under watchful eyes. Money matters in motion. Background compilation in progress. What about the special parameters? Ethan inquired. The psychological profile on Brooks nears its final form. Key pressure points revealed. Legacy, power, influence. Exposed, raw, and defenseless. Lauren, desperately clinging to Brooks, both for money and a fragile sense of stability. She claims children come first, yet her choices tell a different story. Ethan took in the news, his silence heavy with unspoken weight. Next, Move on to phase 2. Tomorrow, I will reach out to the children. He hung up, and his phone buzzed relentlessly with incoming texts. Lauren, caught in a whirlwind of fury and desperation, swings between harsh threats and heartfelt cries for forgiveness. Please, Ethan, we need to discuss this now. The kids ache for you. I messed up. Ethan read it twice, feeling the raw desperation seep through every line. The grip of financial despair was closing in. Excellent. His reply was just one line. Tomorrow, at 3 p.m., I will see the children, isolated. He resumed his planning, each move calculated with deadly precision, ensuring that none who had betrayed him would escape unscathed. Chapter 4. Bound by Blood. Torn by Fate. Crestwood Academy lay vast and pristine, a world apart just beyond Charlotte. Brick buildings and ivy-covered walls exude the prestige that 5-figure tuition demands. Ethan pulled into the visitor's lot at 2:45 p.m., the engine's hum fading into silence. He had meticulously selected his outfit. Charcoal suit, crisp white shirt, regimental tie, symbols of power and triumph in the world outside. The school administration was unexpectedly understanding when he called that morning, particularly after Richard Bennett laid bare some harsh legal and financial truths. Headmaster Thompson greeted him in the main office, his confident smile wavering as he absorbed Ethan's formidable aura. Mr. Caldwell, you've arrived at Crestwood. We had no idea you were back from abroad. Clearly not, Ethan said, his voice devoid of emotion. I want to see my children alone. Thompson nodded, pointing to the wood-paneled conference room. They've been alerted and will be here any second. It appears they believe you sanctioned their enrollment here. A misunderstanding set to be resolved today, Ethan declared. Thompson swallowed hard, the tension thick in the air. About the tuition issue, my lawyer will reach out tomorrow. Ethan interrupted him. Please respect our need for privacy during this time with my family. The headmaster slipped away as Liam stepped into the doorway, 17 and towering, yet still leaner than Ethan. His face flickered through shock, confusion, and then hardened into guarded hostility. Dad, why are you here? Mom said you'd be gone for ages. Just as Ethan opened his mouth, 15-year-old Sophie emerged from the shadows, standing right behind him. In stark contrast to Liam's guarded stance, Sophie surged ahead, enveloping Ethan in a fierce embrace. Daddy, you're back already. Ethan held his daughter tightly, feeling the weight of time and distance in her transformation since he'd been away. As he glanced up, he saw Liam's expression flicker with vulnerability before the teenager quickly fortified his defenses once more. Let's sit down, Ethan said, pulling away from Sophie's embrace, his hand lingering on her shoulder. Will Mom be here? Liam hesitated, then sank into the chair. This moment is ours alone. Liam's gaze sharpened. If this concerns the divorce. Not yet, Ethan interrupted, his voice steady. I never approved your enrollment here. Sophie's face twisted in anguish, but Mom said, Your mother said many things that weren't true, Ethan murmured, his voice gentle as he spoke to his daughter. Listen closely, both of you. After today, a crucial choice awaits. He pulled 2 folders from his briefcase, pushing one toward each child with a tense urgency. They hold the truth. Phone records, bank statements, surveillance photos. I won't dictate your thoughts. You have the wisdom to witness and decide for yourself. Liam's gaze fixed on the folder, heavy with unspoken words. Are you watching, Mom? I defended my family while fighting for my country, Ethan asserted, Upon sensing danger to that family, I acted swiftly. Sophie opened her folder, her youthful face twisting in pain as she stared at the photos of her mother with Nathan. "Who is this man with my mother?" she inquired. "Nathan Brooks," Ethan replied, his voice heavy with unspoken weight. "The man who took her while I was away. The man who secured your scholarships." Liam opened his folder, his face tightening as he scanned the pages. He lingered over a document, a transcript of Lauren guiding the children on their responses if Ethan probed them about Crestwood. "She claimed you were aware," Liam whispered. "She claimed you believed it was best for us." "I had no idea," Ethan said, his voice barely above a whisper. "I never consented." "What comes next?" Sophie pleaded, her tears falling like rain. "Will you bring us back home?" Ethan leaned in, eyes burning with intensity. "It's all in your hands. You both have the age and voice to sway the courts. If you decide to remain with your mother, I won't oppose it. Join me, and you'll find a warm embrace waiting. There's no illusion of a middle ground for us to find peace." The door is shut tight. Was it all because of him? Liam's finger hovered over the photo of Nathan, a silent question hanging in the air. Ethan clarified, "It's all about choices. She crafted her own. Now it's your turn." Liam's jaw clenched, raw emotion shattering his teenage mask. "You were always absent. Always." 4 tours, each one a battle, with training that never let up. We hardly caught a glimpse of you. "I served my country," Ethan said, his voice heavy with unspoken weight. "We all had to give something up. But I always spoke the truth to you. I stood by you, unwavering. I never saw you as mere pawns." The weight of those words lingered, a sharp ache in the silence. 1 week. That's all you have. Ethan pressed on. "You'll stay here at Crestwood, a safe haven for both of you. Your mother is welcome to come. I can come by. Yet you remain, bound by your own decision. What if we dared to choose another path?" Sophie's eyes darted to her brother, anxiety etched on her face. For the first time, Ethan's mask cracked, revealing a flicker of vulnerability. That would be the most devastating outcome of all. Yet, I would honor it. He stood, sliding a business card before each child. "You have my direct number. Reach out whenever you need, day or night. I'm close by." Just as he was about to walk away, Liam's voice pierced the silence, halting him in his tracks. "Father, did you truly love her?" "Mom. Just Mom." Ethan hesitated, weighing his response with tension in the air. "I endured for 15 years, with all I possessed." Once he was gone, the siblings lingered in a heavy silence. The truth of their mother's betrayal lay bare, cutting deep. Nathan Brooks paced his lakeside study, phone clutched tightly, as his financial advisor's voice grew more alarming with each word. "What do you mean by strange behavior?" Nathan insisted. "Get to the point." "Your long-held positions are under attack," the advisor revealed. "Someone's taken a significant stance against your core holdings. Whispers among Crestwood board members hint at a scandal involving you and a parent." "That's impossible," Nathan snapped. "The records remain sealed." Yet, doubts linger. "The chairman reached out to me, questioning whether you leveraged your role for questionable financial support." Nathan hung up and swiftly called Lauren. She picked up on the first ring. "Ethan saw the kids today," she said, her voice shaking with emotion. "The school reached out with urgent news. He lingered for nearly an hour. What did they say happened?" "No, only that he had a private meeting with them. No response to my calls." "Nathan? What if he revealed it all?" "Calm down," Nathan commanded, even as his own steadiness crumbled away. He's attempting to instill fear in us. It's a familiar strategy. Common strategy? Lauren's voice soared. He's a soldier, not a lawyer for broken hearts. He's returned 2 months ahead of schedule. How on earth did he pull that off? Nathan hesitated, thoughts spiraling in a whirlwind of consequences. Did he reach out to you personally? No, Lauren confessed, not since that fateful message about meeting the kids. Then we move forward, Nathan resolved. Tomorrow, have your attorney file the divorce papers. My team will dig deep into these financial anomalies. After the call, Nathan approached the window, gazing at the lake, a heavy unease cloaking him like a looming storm. For the first time in his meticulously ordered life, he sensed the shift. No longer the puppeteer, but the puppet, pulled by unseen strings. His phone vibrated, an email from a stranger lighting up the screen. The subject line paralyzed him. Prometheus observes, a first warning looms. An attachment held the truth. A dossier revealing Nathan's financial empire, his board roles, and the haunting settlements with 2 former employees who vanished after raising their voices against harassment. Secrets that should have remained hidden. Secrets that could shatter him if revealed. Silence reigned, devoid of messages or demands. The mere thought that someone controlled the detonator to the explosives hidden in every corner of his existence. Nathan Brooks saw himself as the ultimate predator in his realm of power and riches. For the first time, a chilling truth gripped him. He could be the hunted. Chapter 5. Trapped and Hunted. Lauren Caldwell's flawless hand shook violently as she scrawled her name on the divorce petition. Daniel Foster, her attorney, observed with a cool distance, having witnessed countless marriages shatter over his 28-year career. Foster explained that once filed, an emergency hearing for temporary support will be requested. The court must show compassion for Mr. Caldwell's financial constraints. Lauren nodded, her eyes vacant. Last week shattered her hopes, plunging her into despair. Ethan had not only frozen their accounts. The children were trapped at Crestwood, their replies to her texts cold and evasive. Nathan had become a shadow, lost in a whirlwind of secrets and unspoken worries that consumed him. "What will happen to the kids?" she inquired. Foster squirmed, tension crackling in the air. Their ages will weigh heavily on the court's decision about their wishes. Do they reveal their true motives? "They're lost," Lauren insisted. "Ethan has turned them against me." "What exactly?" Foster pushed harder. Lauren's eyes fell to her lap, heavy with unspoken words. Details that matter. Snapshots. Context lost. Meaning shattered. "Mrs. Caldwell," Foster uttered, his voice steady, yet heavy with unspoken weight. "I must know what evidence your husband could bring to court. Nothing unexpected." Just as Lauren opened her mouth, her phone buzzed with a text. From Liam. "We have to discuss something important. Face to face. Tomorrow, after classes. Sophie as well." Lauren revealed the message to Foster, her face momentarily igniting with hope. The attorney nodded, a flicker of hope in their eyes. Children frequently reevaluate their first responses. Lauren nodded, grasping this fleeting validation tightly. "They will see. They will feel. When they finally listen to me," Foster warned. "Teenagers crave realness. If you've held back any vulnerabilities in your case, now is the moment to reveal them." Lauren tensed. "I've shared all that matters." Foster locked eyes with her, a single nod sealing the unspoken tension. "Today, I'll submit these papers. A hearing date will be set in just 2 weeks." Lauren left the attorney's office, and drove straight to Nathan's corporate headquarters, effortlessly bypassing his assistant with the ease of someone who knows they belong. She discovered him crouched with three sharply dressed men, their chatter falling silent the moment she stepped in. Lauren, a name that echoes with longing and mystery. Nathan spoke, his voice chillingly detached. "We're caught in the storm." "It matters," she urged. "The children are eager to meet tomorrow." Nathan's eyes darted nervously among his colleagues. "Gentlemen, please step outside." As they exited, Nathan's composed facade began to falter. "My shares plummeted 12% today. An emergency meeting is being called by the board over urgent ethical concerns. 3 key clients have halted their accounts, awaiting an internal review." "What does that mean for us?" "All that matters." Nathan broke. "My professional life is being torn apart, and it all began the moment your husband came back." Lauren's face drained of color. "No way that can happen. Ethan lacks the power and insight needed." Nathan's voice dripped with bitterness. "We've both misjudged him." He opened the desk drawer and pulled out a folder, identical to the ones Ethan had handed to the children. It came yesterday. Unknown origin. Lauren opened it, her heart racing, to discover damning evidence of her affair with Nathan. Dates that reach back before Ethan's deployment. Family accounts slowly fading, a stark reminder of loss. Transcripts revealed a chilling exchange between her and Nathan, plotting to use the children as pawns against Ethan. "He can't have these," she whispered, her voice trembling. "It's a breach of trust." "Say that to my board," Nathan shot back. "They got the chosen parts yesterday afternoon." Lauren collapsed into the chair, the weight of realization crashing down on her. "What now?" Nathan's face turned to stone. "We need power, a reason for him to retreat." "What do you mean?" "Ethan is indifferent to wealth and status. All he cherishes is the moment she paused, understanding dawning. The kids. Nathan completed it for her. If they pick you, he loses everything that drives him." Lauren's head dipped, a silent agreement, heavy with unspoken weight. "The meeting looms tomorrow. This is my moment to sway them." "Let's do this," Nathan nodded. "At any cost. In the meantime, I'll uncover what my investigators have discovered about your husband. Secrets lie within us all, even the most honored warriors." In a plain hotel room, Ethan Caldwell absorbed the torrent of information flashing across 3 laptop screens. Ryan Grayson, once a psychological operations specialist, now a private contractor, gestured sharply at the financial charts on the center screen. Brooks Capital plunged 12% today, Grayson revealed. Whispers of wrongdoing have ignited a firestorm within the board, leading to urgent internal probes. 3 key clients have pulled the plug. "The weight of the mind?" Ethan inquired. Grayson confirmed. "It's coming together beautifully. Brooks has upped his anxiety meds and pulled out of 2 big events. His assistant notes alarming and unpredictable actions." Ethan's nod spoke volumes. Lauren moved with a haunting grace. "Met with her attorney this morning. The weight of uncertainty heavy in the air. Divorce papers submitted at 2:15 p.m., now in Brooks' hands. Children stay at Crestwood, but Liam is set to meet Lauren tomorrow. Has she tried to find any other financial help? 3 banks turned us away, their doors closed tight against our urgent plea, all because of the looming shadows of litigation. Her credit cards teeter on the edge of collapse." Ethan examined the photos of Lauren exiting her attorney's office, the tension in her stance and face strikingly clear. A flicker of regret lingered, a ghost of what once was. 15 years gone. Two souls, endless dreams intertwined. Are you really ready to go through with this? Grayson interrupted, pulling him from his reverie. Compromise positions exist, settlements that could change everything. Nothing less than absolute resolve. Ethan cut in, his tone sharp and unyielding. They turned against me as I fought for my country. I turned my children into tools of pain, every detail meticulously arranged. I must have been too far away to see, too devoted to resist. The fallout will be immense. War claims its own, Ethan replied. This was their declaration, not mine. Grayson scrutinized his old commander. They had fought side by side through the darkest of times on 3 different continents. Yet, he had never witnessed such a chilling, unwavering intensity aimed at personal affairs. Grayson noted the children's meeting with Lauren tomorrow. Do you want us to keep watch? No, Ethan resolved. It's their secret exchange. I laid out the truth. The decision lies in their hands. What if they pick her? For the first time, true emotion ignited in Ethan's eyes. A sudden jolt of agony swiftly buried. In that moment, he realized he had lost the battle that mattered most. The battle rages on. He faced the screens again, eyes locked on Nathan Brooks' vast financial empire. Vulnerabilities exposed. Pressure points await their reckoning. Tomorrow, we advance to Phase 3, Ethan declared, no matter what the children choose. Grayson nodded, sensing the shift from thought to unwavering resolve. What unfolded next would thrust Nathan Brooks and Lauren Caldwell into a harrowing reality, revealing the true terror of facing a master of destruction. What happened to the anonymous emails? Grayson inquired. Brooks is on the hunt for the origin. Let him search, Ethan said, a flicker of defiance in his eyes. The terror of what lurks in the shadows can shatter us more than the threat itself. He'll tear apart everything he built, chasing shadows. As darkness enveloped the world, Ethan's phone vibrated, revealing a message from an unfamiliar sender. Prometheus is live. Everything is operational. The last fragments clicked together. Chapter 6. Lines Drawn. The private meeting room at Crestwood Academy was eerily silent as Lauren confronted her children across the gleaming oak table. Liam sat rigid, his face a mask, while Sophie shifted restlessly, her eyes swollen from recent sobs. Thank you for seeing me, Lauren started, her voice trembling with emotion. Everything feels so tangled right now. Not confusing, Liam replied sharply. Just clear at last. Lauren recoiled at his tone, yet she forged ahead. What your father revealed holds secrets you haven't grasped. For years, our marriage fought to survive. The endless departures, the aching voids. We've seen the timeline, Mom. Liam cut in sharply. Your bond with Nathan began long before Dad left for deployment. You orchestrated this while he was still here. Lauren was taken aback by the depth of understanding revealed. It's messy, darling. Sometimes, adult relationships are a whirlwind of emotions. Enough with the deceit. Sophie erupted, tears cascading down her cheeks. The transcripts reveal it all. You said Dad approved the school, but he never did. You claimed he avoided us during deployment, yet the call logs reveal you blocked his numbers. Lauren's face drained of color. That's a lie. We have the phone records, Liam whispered, tension thick in the air. Each call he made echoing in silence, never reaching us. Every message caught. Lauren insisted they could be fabricated. Your father is pulling your strings. You twisted the truth about the boarding school, Liam shot back, his voice laced with anger. You used our trust fund to finance your betrayal. Lauren's meticulously crafted justifications shattered as the unexpected evidence bore down on her. "I made mistakes," she confessed, her voice trembling. "Every action I took was for our future safety. Nathan offers chances your father never had." "Dad put everything on the line for our country," Sophie said, "while you were taking from us." The accusation lingered, suffocating and deadly. "You must see," Lauren urged, her voice trembling with urgency. "Choosing to live with your father means his presence will be a fleeting shadow in your life. He'll go away again, leaving you with others to care for you. With Nathan and me, you'll find stability and endless opportunities." "We've made our decision," Liam cut in, his voice carrying the weight of years beyond his 17. Lauren's heart dropped like a stone. "Both of you, both of us," Sophie whispered, her voice heavy with truth. "We're going with Dad," Liam declared, his voice heavy with resolve. "Headmaster Thompson has been notified, and the preference statements for the court are signed." Lauren's facade crumbled at last. "This can't be happening to me. After all I've given up." "You didn't sacrifice anything," Liam interrupted, rising sharply. "You stole from Dad, from us, and now you must confront the fallout." "I am your mother," Lauren sobbed. "Yes," Sophie said with a heavy heart. "We still love you, but trust is gone." As her children left, Lauren stood still, the fragile story of her victimhood shattering around her. Her phone vibrated, a message from Nathan lighting up the screen. What happened? Silence swallowed her words. Nathan Brooks felt his world collapse around him, each moment more harrowing than the last. The board's decision echoed in perfect harmony. His corporate attorney's voice was heavy with gravity. "Effective immediately. You're suspended pending investigation. Your access to company systems is no longer available." Nathan gazed out his office window, witnessing the frantic packing of employees below, the aftermath of his abrupt downfall. Nathan stood firm, declaring the allegations unfounded. Whispers in the dark hold no weight. The attorney fired back, revealing meticulously detailed documentation. 3 former employees stepped forward, sharing corroborating accounts and evidence of illegal non-disclosure provisions in their settlements. "Who's pulling the strings?" Nathan insisted. "It must be Caldwell." The attorney's head fell in disbelief. No trace of him exists in any of the records. Internal sources reveal troubling accounting discrepancies, HR violations, and board meeting minutes where compliance concerns were dismissed. Those records were locked away, but not tightly enough. Once the attorney was gone, Nathan dialed Lauren's number again, frustration boiling over as it went straight to voicemail. His phone buzzed relentlessly, a storm of reporters, board members, anxious investors. In less than a week, the empire he'd devoted 2 decades to was crumbling before his eyes. The computer chimed, an email arriving like a sudden storm. Another anonymous message. "Prometheus Phase 3 has begun." The attachment revealed a chilling truth. Nathan's offshore accounts, the tax havens he promised Lauren were invisible, held millions siphoned from corporate assets and investor funds. Only a single line held the weight of everything. "The IRS Criminal Investigation Division gets this tomorrow." Nathan's hands trembled as he dialed his banker in the Caymans, dread tightening in his chest as the confirmation of his worst fears echoed back. Transfer protocols were activated with verified credentials. "All funds are gone. No way that can happen. I hold the sole access codes." "Yet, Mr. Brooks, the transfers were undeniably authenticated to accounts we cannot follow." Desperation surged as Nathan dialed Lauren's number once more. "This time," she replied, her voice empty. "The children picked Ethan," she stated bluntly. "Legal statements for the court have been signed." "For just a second, forget the children," Nathan snapped. "Our issues are far more severe. My offshore accounts are in jeopardy. I've been suspended by the board. Evidence of tax evasion is now in the hands of the IRS." "What do you mean?" "We have to go now. Today, I hold lifelines and masks ready. By morning, we'll be in Buenos Aires." Silence hung heavy in the air. "Lauren, did you listen? This matters deeply. Are you asking me to leave my kids behind?" At last, she dared to ask. "You've been left behind." Nathan's words cut deep. "In just 24 hours, we'll be plunged into the chaos of criminal investigations." "Is that truly what you desire?" Lauren's voice turned steely. "This is your chaos, Nathan. Never belonged to me. Your husband orchestrated everything. We stand united." "No," Lauren declared, her voice sharp and resolute. "We aren't. Never again." Silence swallowed the connection. Nathan's eyes widened as he stared at his phone, shock coursing through him. Forsaken, laid bare, chased. He snatched his laptop and emergency go bag from the concealed safe behind the office bookshelf. The plans he'd crafted for disaster were now his last lifeline. Before corporate security could reach him, Nathan vanished into his private elevator, racing to the parking garage. Nathan sped toward his lake house, where cash and passports awaited. He was oblivious to the unmarked sedan trailing him, lurking in the shadows, 3 cars back. In the confines of that sedan, Ryan Grayson whispered urgently into his secure phone. "Moving target. Everything unfolds as foreseen." Ethan Caldwell's reply cut through the silence, stark and direct. "Keep watch. Act only if he strays from the path." The trap lay in wait. The prey darts exactly as planned. The hunt was reaching its climax. Chapter 7. Fallen Queen. Lauren Caldwell sat in the vast kitchen of the home she once shared with Ethan, cradling a glass of whiskey as rain pounded against the windows. Her attorney's words haunted her thoughts, cold and heartbreaking. "Your husband has been granted temporary full custody by the judge. With the financial proof laid bare and the children's clear wishes, pushing back would only drain resources and lead nowhere." In just 7 days, everything she had built crumbled to dust. After their last call, Nathan vanished. Authorities found his lake house abandoned, a chilling scene amid financial chaos. Her heart sank as the clerk's voice cut through the air. "Declined." The hotel room slipped away, leaving her stranded. Her mother had turned away, silencing all calls after the anonymous package revealed Lauren's betrayals. The doorbell pierced the silence, yanking her from her shadows. Richard Bennett stood on her porch, soaked and somber. "Mrs. Caldwell." As the door swung open, his greeting was crisp and formal. "Can I enter?" Lauren moved aside in silence, her gaze fixed on the heavy portfolio he bore. "My client has authorized me to present settlement terms," Richard said, his voice steady as he placed the documents on the kitchen counter. "He thinks these will offer better outcomes than the ongoing battle in court." "Where is he now?" Lauren inquired. "Why won't he confront me directly?" "Mr. Caldwell is moving with the kids," Richard said. He sensed that reaching out would lead nowhere. Lauren's laughter was laced with bitterness. "Richard?" Richard's face was a mask of calm, betraying nothing. "The terms are clear-cut. This house is yours, free of burdens. A brief yet impactful monthly support payment for 2 years, tied to essential psychological counseling and substance abuse treatment. Visitation with the children, carefully escalating as advised by the counselor. Watched closely. Lauren's voice soared with disbelief. About their mother, a mother who plotted to sever their bond with their father. Richard responded with icy resolve. A mother who betrayed their trust, stealing what was rightfully theirs. The court has sided with us. Lauren collapsed into a chair, a wave of fatigue crashing over her. If I challenge this, we go to trial with everything, including evidence not yet shown about your role in Mr. Brooks's financial wrongdoings, Richard stated. Lauren's head jerked up. I was not involved in Nathan's dealings at all. Richard pulled a specific document from his portfolio. Your signature on these offshore transfer authorizations tells a different story. Lauren's eyes locked onto the paper, her signature glaring back, yet the document remained a stranger. This is a lie. This was never my choice. Perhaps, Richard conceded, a chill settling within him. Banking authorities and prosecutors often trust notarized documents more than spoken denials. The unspoken danger lingered in the chilled, rain-soaked atmosphere. He orchestrated every moment, Lauren breathed out. Understanding the horror unfolds right from the start. Mr. Caldwell shielded his family, Richard insisted. Your actions have led you to this moment. Nathan accused Ethan of orchestrating his financial ruin. Richard's face was a mask betraying no emotion. Mr. Brooks has ruffled feathers, leaving a trail of adversaries in his wake. His legal troubles arise from his own undeniable wrongdoings. Lauren scrutinized the attorney's blank expression, desperate for a sign that her fears were real. Reveal the truth to me? How long has Ethan been lurking in the shadows, observing us? Is this in the works? This calculated annihilation? My client sensed looming dangers for his family and acted swiftly to protect them. Richard responded with caution. As the threat loomed larger, the response intensified dramatically. Lauren's laughter echoed emptily. Did I ever truly know him? So many years gone by. Few truly understand, Richard conceded, his voice barely above a whisper. The settlement offer vanishes in 48 hours. Please consult your attorney about this. Once Richard was gone, Lauren poured herself another drink and delved into the settlement documents. The terms were as stated, harsh yet grounding, a haunting reminder of the future she envisioned with Nathan, yet a fate she earned for what she tried to steal from Ethan. The phone buzzed, an unfamiliar number flashing on the screen. With a flicker of desperation, she answered, clinging to the hope that it might be Nathan with an answer. Mrs. Caldwell? A voice, deep and foreign, pierced the silence. I am Agent Harper, with the Federal Bureau of Investigation. We need to discuss your financial ties with Nathan Brooks. Lauren shut her eyes, feeling the final remnants of her past shatter around her. When? She whispered, her voice trembling. Agents are outside your home, here to respond. We can move forward now, or you can join us at our field office tomorrow morning with your attorney by your side. Lauren's eyes caught the dark sedan lurking outside, its presence heavy in the rain-soaked gloom. She chose to go with him, a surge of urgency driving her to flee the hollow home, brimming with the ghosts of a family she had shattered. I'm an open book. As she grabbed her purse and coat, Lauren glimpsed her reflection in the hallway mirror. Designer clothes, flawless makeup, yet her eyes were empty. The woman who thought herself above a military husband, too privileged for loyalty, too smart to be ensnared. She hardly knew who she was anymore. Ethan Caldwell gazed out the window of his humble rental, heart racing as Liam and Sophie danced through the rain-soaked backyard. They arrived yesterday, their meager belongings hastily gathered from Crestwood Academy. Futures hung in the balance, yet a strange lightness filled the air, free from their mother's grasp. "They're resilient," Emily Foster noted, stepping beside Ethan at the window, 10 years younger, yet fiercely guarding. Emily rushed in from Oregon the moment she heard the news. "They never should have been," Ethan said, his voice heavy with sorrow. "They were worthy of so much more." From Lauren, indeed, Emily consented. Yet they found the father they truly needed. Ethan turned from the window. "Did they really? I missed so much of their lives. In body, perhaps, but your dedication was never in question." Emily gripped his shoulder tightly. "Now you stand by me when it matters most." Ethan's secure phone buzzed, a message flashing. "Settlement delivered. Reevaluating choices. FBI is reaching out now." He tucked the phone away, silence hanging heavy in the air. Phase 3 unfolded with chilling precision. "Are you going to share it with them?" Emily whispered. "What did you sacrifice to keep them safe?" Ethan's head fell in disbelief. Let them remain in the dark, just that their father honored his promises. What about Lauren? Nathan? How deep does this run? Ethan's face turned to stone. Lauren stands at the crossroads of redemption, her choice hanging in the balance. Restricted, monitored contact with the kids. Help as she pieces her life back together. It's beyond what she ever gave. What about Brooks? He chose a different path. Varying outcomes. Emily watched her brother intently. The crash of dreams. The federal probe. Isn't that all you're doing? Brooks shattered his own existence. Ethan responded with caution. I simply revealed the truth of his actions. Through your enigmatic Prometheus protocol. Emily pushed harder. Ethan's lips curled into a chilling, fleeting smile. Special Operations reveals how to pinpoint weaknesses in enemy structures, exploit vulnerabilities, and strike at the perfect moment, leading to a devastating internal collapse. He's sprinting. Can you feel it? Emily observed. Warrants have been issued by federal authorities, the news reports. Ethan's voice was steady, but the weight of his words hung heavy in the air. I know exactly where he is, and precisely where he's headed. Emily shivered, a chill running through her as she recalled the cold precision hidden beneath her brother's calm facade, the very trait that had earned him a fearsome reputation in the military. You've changed, Ethan, she said, her voice trembling. A new strength pulses within you. He corrected, unchanged, unveiled. Our essence reveals itself not in ease, but in turmoil. Before Emily could reply, Sophie stormed in through the back door, drenched and beaming, a rare light since Ethan's return. Dad. Liam discovered a treehouse in the big oak. Witness this. Ethan's stern face melted away. Guide me, my love. Ethan trailed his daughter into the yard, pushing aside the weight of Lauren's ruin and Nathan's looming fate, if only for a moment. Once the children were settled, there would be time for everything else. In this moment, they craved a father, not a hero. Yet Prometheus toiled quietly, the snare poised for the ultimate reckoning. Chapter 8. Checkmate. Nathan Brooks revved the engine of his sleek black Porsche, racing along the twisting mountain road, eyes darting to the rearview mirror, heart pounding for any hint of danger behind him. 3 days fleeing had drained him, leaving only exhaustion and fear. His once pristine look had crumbled into stubbled cheeks and wrinkled clothes, the sheen of privilege stripped away by sheer desperation. The lake house had given up his lifeline, $50,000 in cash, 3 sets of alternate IDs, and a loaded Glock, a relic of a past he never thought he'd face. He was headed to a secluded cabin in the Smoky Mountains, hidden behind a shell corporation that even Lauren was unaware of. From that point, he could secure a way to Canada, then beyond. His burner phone, bought at a truck stop, buzzed with a news alert. His eyes fell on the headline: Lauren Caldwell collaborates with federal investigators in Brooks's financial probe. He spat the word, flinging the phone onto the passenger seat. She betrayed him, just as all the others had. After all the promises he'd made, all the dreams they'd shared. The mountain road tightened, ascending steeply, with pine trees looming ever closer to the asphalt. Nathan glanced at his GPS. 30 miles to the secret road, the path to his sanctuary. He found a moment of safety, but as he rounded the sharp curve, panic surged and he slammed on the brakes. A black SUV loomed across the road, a silent barrier in the night. Nathan's Porsche screeched to a halt, inches from disaster. Just as he tried to back away, another SUV emerged from behind, trapping him completely. Nathan's hand shook as he grasped the Glock hidden in the glove compartment. The driver's door of the front SUV swung open. A man emerged, imposing, with a commanding presence. Without a single photograph, Nathan felt the truth hit him like a thunderclap. Ethan Caldwell. Nathan felt a chill seize his veins. How did Caldwell discover him? How did he discover this hidden escape route that remained a secret to everyone else? A younger man stepped from the back of the vehicle, sharp-eyed and lean, radiating a tense energy. 2 men advanced toward Nathan's car, each step deliberate, their unarmed presence cloaked in a palpable threat. Nathan lifted the Glock, aiming it through the windshield at Ethan, who advanced with calm determination, unfazed by the threat. With a racing heart, Nathan rolled down his window. "Stay back!" he yelled, panic lacing his voice. "I'll pull the trigger." Ethan halted 10 feet from the car, his face a mask of indifference. "No, you won't," he said, his voice steady, yet heavy with unspoken weight. "If you had the guts for that kind of violence, you wouldn't have used my wife to do your bidding. What is it that you desire?" Nathan's voice trembled, the gun wavering in his hand. "A dialogue," Ethan responded. "A moment you'll dread. I'm done talking to you. Now, you can hear." Ethan stepped closer, heart racing. "Put the gun down, Brooks. There's no way you'll pull the trigger on a decorated military officer here at home. Your legal troubles are already dire." Ethan's unwavering confidence shook Nathan's determination to its core. He lowered the weapon to his lap, finger hovering near the trigger, tension thick in the air. "How did you find me?" he asked, his voice trembling. Ethan's smile was a mere flicker. "You believe you erased every trace. Concealed treasures, veils of deception, plans to break free. For 20 years, I've hunted men who vanish without a trace, trained operatives wielding government power. You're just a novice." "You've shattered me," Nathan spat, his voice laced with anguish. "Everything I built, all at stake." "No," Ethan corrected, his voice sharp and unwavering. "You destroyed everything. I made sure you faced the inevitable fallout." Grayson moved closer to the passenger side of Nathan's car. "Your offshore accounts are gone," Ethan pressed on. "Not my doing. That's against the law. I ensured the right eyes were watching. The evidence has reached the FBI, SEC, and IRS. 3 ex-employees reveal unsettling truths about harassment settlements. 2 board members have revealed shocking evidence of financial misconduct. Nathan's face went pale. This is about Lauren's journey. I understand. You crave vengeance for stealing your heart's desire. Ethan's face turned to stone. This is not about Lauren. She chose her path. This is about exploiting my children while I fought for my country. About turning them against their father. Believing your wealth and status shield you from consequences. What do you seek from me? Nathan pleaded, urgency lacing his words. Cash? There are depths to my resources that remain hidden from you. A deal awaits us. I need nothing from you. Ethan's response was icy. I demand justice for my family, and you will confront it. He nodded at Grayson, who swiftly pressed a button on his phone. Moments later, the distant thrum of helicopter rotors pierced the air, intensifying with each heartbeat. Since you bought it, federal agents have been monitoring your phone, Ethan revealed. They can't wait to talk to you. Panic surged as Nathan understood the betrayal. This entire escape plan. You brought me to this moment. As I said, Ethan shot back. You're just an amateur. The helicopter loomed above. FBI markings stood out sharply as they scoured the mountain road for a landing zone. Do you really believe it's finished? Nathan growled. Despair ignites into fury. I still hold the power. Lauren holds secrets about you. Whispers of her heart. Covert missions. Secret maneuvers. Friends in the media are eager to unveil a decorated officer's hidden truths. For the first time, Ethan's facade shattered, revealing a glimpse of vulnerability, not in dread, but in true delight. Lauren is completely unaware of my secret missions. She never did. You've missed it all along, Brooks. I separate my worlds. The soldier who fought far from home, the architect of your ruin, those are sides my family never knew. The helicopter swooped down, closing in on the road just 50 yards away. Agents in uniform stepped from the shadows, weapons poised, tension crackling in the air. One last thing, Ethan murmured, leaning in toward Nathan's window. The Prometheus Protocol was a reckoning, a fierce unveiling of your darkest deeds. You made us choose. Now, I return the favor. Flee or confront the fallout of your choices. Nathan's grip on the gun in his lap grew fierce. In an instant, a fierce and trapped intensity ignited in his gaze. Stop, Ethan whispered urgently. My children have endured too much loss. Nathan's resolve crumbled as the federal agents closed in. His hands shook as he set the gun on the dashboard, raising his palms in surrender. This isn't justice, he spat, his voice thick with anger. This is retribution. The difference, Ethan replied, as agents closed in on the vehicle, is that justice follows the law. I ensured that every action taken is lawful, recorded, and follows the rules. He recoiled as agents flung open Nathan's car door. That's the truth about men like you, Brooks. You shatter boundaries, believing they're meant for others, not you. I follow them. They are our shield against chaos. Nathan's face twisted in fury as the agent secured the cuffs around his wrists. Your wife never loved you, he spat, venom dripping from his words. She claimed you were frigid, detached, hollow within. She labeled you a machine. Ethan's gaze was cold as the agents dragged Nathan to the helicopter. He admitted to himself that she had a point. Machines exist for a reason, and mine was to safeguard what truly counts. As the helicopter ascended with Nathan trapped within, Grayson confronted his former commander. It's over, he stated flatly. Ethan nodded, a single, heavy acknowledgement. Prometheus finished. End it now? What about Lauren? Her decision was final, Ethan said. she must face the aftermath alone. As they returned to their vehicles, the mountain road faded behind them, a silent witness to the collapse of Nathan Brooks' meticulously built life. Chapter 9. Scorched Earth. 3 months later, Ethan Caldwell sat in Richard Bennett's office, clutching the final divorce decree. The terms matched their settlement offer perfectly. Lauren got the house and some support, but Ethan kept the kids, allowing only supervised visits once Lauren finished counseling. "She's sticking to the treatment program," Richard observed, studying Ethan's face as he scanned the visitation schedule. The counselor reveals real strides forward. For the children's sake, Ethan conceded, his voice void of feeling. A connection with their mother is essential, no matter how small. What about Brooks? Plea agreement sealed just days ago. 8 years behind bars, everything lost, never allowed back. Richard scrutinized his client, every detail revealing hidden depths. Is this what triumph tastes like? Ethan dropped the documents, a weight lifting from his shoulders. Victory suggests a battle worth fighting. This was a desperate attempt to fix the unfixable. Outside the office windows, fall had set the North Carolina landscape ablaze with brilliant reds and golds. In just 3 months, everything had transformed. A lasting refuge for Ethan and the kids. Liam's rising grades at his new school. Sophie's smile slowly coming back. Fleeting triumphs in a battle that etched deep wounds. Ethan revealed the children's urgent wish to see their mother next month. Watched closely, just as promised. "Are you really okay with that?" "My comfort doesn't matter. Healing unfolds." Ethan's pen trembled as it met the last page of the divorce decree. "I won't obstruct their bond with Lauren, but I refuse to feign anything for their benefit." "What does it mean?" "It means I'll never forgive her," Ethan said, his voice steady. "Not for the love lost, not for the trust shattered, not for turning our children into pawns. The chapter is closed for good." Richard nodded, sensing the weight of his client's words. "What about your time in the military?" "The Pentagon has extended an offer for reinstatement, complete with a promotion." Ethan's response was a sharp, definitive no. "My children crave stability now. I've taken on a role in private security consulting. Travel is scarce. Hours are fixed." As their meeting wrapped up, Ethan's phone vibrated. Emily had sent a message. Children retrieved from school. Liam conquered his history test. 6 o'clock. Dinner awaits. A fleeting smile, pure and unmasked, momentarily warmed Ethan's expression. Autumn sunlight drenched the streets in gold as Ethan strode toward his car, each step heavy with unspoken weight. 3 months ago, he came back from war only to discover his life was crumbling. He reacted with the cold precision that had ensured his survival for 2 decades in the military, spotting danger, crafting a plan, acting with fierce determination. The price was steep. His marriage shattered, his children shattered, his faith and love shattered forever. He had safeguarded what truly mattered, and that was everything. Lauren Caldwell sat on a park bench, eyes fixed on families passing by, each laugh a reminder of her solitude as she awaited her weekly counseling session. In just 3 months, everything she held dear had vanished. Everything she held dear, status, stability, her very identity as a mother, was at stake. The federal investigation ultimately exonerated her, viewing her cooperation as a sign of innocence, not guilt. Yet the weight of social judgment was even more brutal. Friends vanished without a trace. Country club memberships faded into silence. Invitations ceased to come. Her phone buzzed, a stark reminder. 30 days until she faced them again. The court-appointed counselor offered unexpected support, guiding Lauren to face the painful truths of her choices, her motivations, and her failures as a wife and mother. "It's not about forgiveness," the counselor had said in their last session. "It's about facing the truth. Your children must witness you embrace accountability, free of excuses, for healing to start." Lauren nodded, her mind grasping the truth, yet her heart wrestled with the weight of her reality. She discarded a loyal husband and shattered her children's faith, all for a facade of deceit and control. Lauren approached her counselor's office, her gaze caught by the stark headlines at the newsstand. Nathan's face loomed from the financial section. "Brooks faces the final verdict in a gripping federal fraud saga." She rushed past, ignoring the words that could change everything. Nathan Brooks was a ghost of her past, a shadow of the woman she once was beside him, self-centered, oblivious, and reckless. The way ahead was harsh and devoid of allure, yet it was the sole option left. During their first session, the counselor asked Lauren what she desired most from the future. Without a moment's pause, she replied, "A second chance with my children." "What about Ethan?" The counselor pushed hard. "Do you seek healing there too?" Lauren's laughter was laced with bitterness. "Ethan offers no room for redemption, not for the ones who turn their backs on him. I scorched that bridge to ashes." As Lauren neared the counselor's office, she embraced the truth, devoid of self-pity. Some actions left scars that could never heal. Some trust, shattered, remains irreparable. Maybe, just maybe, with time and real transformation, she could find a way back into her children's hearts, even if just a little. It could never return to what it once was, yet perhaps it could become something genuine. In the backyard of their new home, Ethan's gaze was fixed on Liam, who relentlessly fired lacrosse shots at the net, while Sophie poured her soul into her sketches beneath the maple tree. 3 months of calm began to mend wounds once thought beyond repair upon his return. Emily stepped out of the house, a tray of drinks trembling in her hands. "Commander Caldwell, are you there?" she teased, her voice laced with mischief. 20 minutes to dinner." Ethan took the glass, eyes locked on his children. "They're surprising me with their resilience." "Kids are strong," Emily said, "especially when they feel secure." "Safe," Ethan murmured, lost in deep contemplation. Wasn't that always the goal? In the battle and in the heart? Emily spoke cautiously. Ryan called. "Inquired if you'd rethink the Pentagon's proposal." Ethan's head dropped, disbelief etched on his face. The end has come. Could it be? Or is it the fear of abandoning them once more that holds you back? Ethan faced his sister, a flicker of warmth crossing his features. Fearless, focused, and unwavering. 15 years shielding others, yet my own family slipped through my fingers. Never again will I falter. You never let them down, Ethan. Lauren did it. I nearly missed the thread, he admitted, just before it slipped away. I take full responsibility. Liam rushed over, breathless from the intensity of practice. Dad, can we get pizza tonight? Coach insists I must up my protein game. Nice try, Ethan said, a fleeting smile breaking through. But dinner is already underway, thanks to Emily. Liam grinned, a spark in his eyes, the playful banter a testament to their deepening bond. As the family huddled around the dinner table that evening, Ethan felt the fragile threads of healing weaving together. Liam spoke passionately about school. Sophie unveiled her latest art project. Emily unleashed her playful torment, a skill only an ant could master. They were untouched. Sophie often wept in the darkness, longing for her mother. Liam sometimes sank into deep, haunting silence. The approaching visit with Lauren hung heavy, a mix of longing and fear. Yet they pressed on. Not as the family they once were, but as the family they still had the power to become. Later that night, after the children were asleep, Ethan sat alone on the back porch, cradling a glass of bourbon. His phone buzzed with a message from Richard. The final paperwork was in. The divorce was done. He placed the phone down, the weight of those words crashing over him. 15 years together, shattered by papers and a courtroom battle. The betrayal seared through him whenever he dared to confront it. A rare and painful moment. Lauren had chosen her path. Nathan's miscalculation shattered everything. They both learned the hard way what it meant to underestimate him. For thinking his absence signified fragility. For believing they could manipulate his children without facing the fallout. Ethan reacted instinctively, his training kicking in with fierce precision, spotting danger, crafting a plan, striking with accuracy. Void of feeling, without a second thought, never forgive. The mission was done. His family, or the fragments left, was safe. Under the vast, starry expanse, Ethan confronted the truth that Lauren had felt, but never grasped. A fragment of him was undeniably mechanical, chilling, precise, unyielding in the face of danger. The very traits that ensured his survival in battle now guide him through the chaos of everyday life. He refused to regret that part of himself. He felt no regret for the choices made to safeguard his kids. Forgiveness is a distant dream for those who shatter sacred trusts. Some flames are destined to burn forever. Some bridges are destined to remain in ashes. Some betrayals are beyond forgiveness. Ethan Caldwell downed his bourbon, stepped inside, and shut the door on yesterday, fixating solely on what lay ahead. The mission loomed, the family beckoned, and the unyielding code shaped his very soul. Some warriors carry their battles within, never truly laying down their swords. Some held on to them eternally, not from a lack of will to change, but from a piercing insight into the depths of human nature. Once trust is broken, it remains forever fractured. Betrayal, once unleashed, forever changed everything. His truth stood bare, fierce and undeniable. In this moment, as in all others, Ethan Caldwell showed no mercy. Thanks for watching this story on Addy Story. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, share, and hit that subscribe button so you never miss a new tale. Stay tuned for more, and until next time, take care and keep living your own amazing stories.